June 2008. Friends of Travis Alexander were worried. Travis was the kind of guy who never missed an appointment, never skipped a call, and always showed up when he said he would. So, when he stopped answering his phone and didn't show up to work or church events, alarms went off. By the fifth day, their worry had turned to fear. Something wasn't right. On the night of June 9, 2008, several of his closest friends decided to check on him. They headed over to his home in Mesa, Arizona, and what they discovered would lead to one of the most infamous trials in American history. When they entered the house, the smell hit them first. The house was eerily quiet, except for the barking of Travis's dog. They walked through the rooms, and that's when they saw it. Blood. On the walls. In the hallway. When they pushed open the bathroom door, the sight before them was unforgettable. Travis Alexander's body, crumpled in the shower, barely recognizable. The scene was horrific. Travis had been stabbed nearly 30 times, his throat slashed so deep it almost decapitated him, and he had a gunshot wound to the head. His friends screamed in shock, dialing 911.
What's going on?
A friend of ours is dead in his bedroom. We hadn't heard from him for a while. We think he's dead. His roommate just went in there and said there's lots of blood. I didn't go in, but I can give you the phone to someone who went in there.
Yes, please, can you?
Hello.
Hi, so what's going on?
He's dead. He's in his bedroom.
Okay.
In the shower.
Okay, how did this happen? Do you have any idea?
No, we have no idea. Everyone's been wondering about him for a few days.
She said that there was blood. So is it coming from his head? Did he cut
No,
his wrist?
it's all over the place.
Is there any weapons around?
No, I don't know. Not that I saw.
How many people are in the house?
How many are in the house right now? Just the 5 of us? 5 of us.
Okay, I need all of you outside.
Okay.
Hold on just a moment. Okay, you're a good friend of Travis's, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has he been depressed at all? Thinking about committing suicide, anything like that?
I don't think he's been thinking he committed suicide. He's been really depressed because he broke up with this girl, and he was all upset about that. But I don't think he would actually kill himself over that.
Has he been threatened by anyone recently?
Yes, he has. Okay. He has an ex-girlfriend that's been bothering him and following him and slashing tires and things like that.
And do you know the ex-girlfriend's name?
Do you remember it? Yeah. What's his ex-girlfriend's name? Ask Taylor.
And do you know if he's ever reported it to the police?
Her name is Jodi. I don't know if he's ever reported. Hold on. No, he hasn't reported anything about Jodi's behavior.
Okay.
The perfect, charismatic man they all loved had been brutally murdered. But who could have done something so savage? And why? Detectives arrived quickly. Inside the home, they found key evidence: a bloody palm print on the wall, a camera dumped in the washing machine, and signs of cleanup, as if someone had tried to hide what happened. The body told its own story too. This wasn't a quick killing. This was rage, overkill. Travis had fought for his life, but his attacker made sure he wouldn't survive. When detectives asked friends who could have wanted Travis dead, one name came up again and again: Jodi Arias. To understand why Jodi Arias was their prime suspect, we need to go back. Jodi met Travis at a business conference in 2006. Their connection was instant. Charming Travis and beautiful Jodi quickly became a couple. But while their relationship was passionate, it was also toxic. Jodi converted to Mormonism for him, but Travis told friends he didn't see her as marriage material. Still, he couldn't resist her. They had a turbulent on-again, off-again romance. Friends noticed Jodi's obsession. She followed Travis, showed up uninvited, hacked into his accounts, even slashed his tires. By 2008, they had officially broken up. Travis was moving on with someone new. But Jodi, she wasn't ready to let go. Back at the crime scene, detectives uncovered something that would break the case wide open. That camera from the washing machine. When technicians pulled the memory card, they were stunned. On it were photos of Jodi and Travis together, taken the very day he died. The last pictures showed Travis in the shower, water running down his face. Minutes later, blurry images showed chaos, a body being dragged, and that bloody palm print on the wall? DNA tests confirmed it contained both Travis's blood and Jodi Arias's DNA. The evidence was undeniable. Jodi Arias had been there, and she was at the center of the murder. When police questioned Jodi, her story changed again and again. At first, she said she hadn't seen Travis in weeks. Then, when confronted with the photos, she claimed 2 intruders had broken in, killed Travis, and spared her life. Finally, she admitted she killed him, but said it was self-defense. She claimed Travis had been abusive, and on that day, she feared for her life. But the brutality of the attack, nearly 30 stab wounds, a gunshot, and a slit throat, didn't look like self-defense. It looked like rage. In 2013, the world watched as Jodi Arias went on trial. It became one of the most televised trials of all time. The prosecution painted her as a jealous, obsessive ex-girlfriend. They argued the murder was premeditated, pointing to a stolen gun from her grandparents' home, gas cans she carried to avoid leaving a paper trail, and her attempts to cover her tracks. The defense pushed the idea of abuse. They claimed Jodi snapped after years of manipulation. Jodi herself took the stand for 18 days. She described their relationship in intimate detail, exposing everything from their sex life to their fights. But the more she talked, the less believable she became. Her lies, her contradictions, the jury wasn't buying it. After months of testimony, on May 8, 2013, the jury returned their verdict.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn, in the above entitled action, upon our oaths, do find the defendant as to count 1, first-degree murder, guilty. 5 jurors find premeditated, 0 find felony murder, 7 find both premeditated and felony. Signed, 4-person. Is this your true verdict, so say you want it all?
Guilty of first-degree murder. The death penalty was considered, but the jury couldn't agree. In the end, Jodi Arias was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. To this day, she remains behind bars in Arizona.
Of course, I'm sorry that things turned out the way they did, but they wouldn't have turned out the way they did if I hadn't done what I did. And I'm very sorry for doing what I did. And I'm sorry for all of the pain that I've caused, and I wish that I could change all of that. I wish I could take all of that away from them and take it on to myself. I remember feelings, and one of my feelings that I remember that was most prominent was severe mortal terror. And I don't know if that explains why things happened the way they did, but it was definitely fight or flight.
Her name forever linked to one of the most brutal crimes of the 21st century. Travis's friends knew something was wrong when he went silent. Their decision to check on him uncovered a tragedy and exposed one of the most shocking cases in true crime history. The case still sparks debate. Was it abuse, or was it pure jealousy? One thing's for certain: the name Jodi Arias will forever be remembered as the woman who killed the man she once claimed to love.